Okay, this is just a brief response to the Conversations That Matter broadcast. Um, the latest interview that John did was with a guy whose name slips me. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not that prepared for this, but basically they were re-examining presuppositionalism. Presuppositionalism is only consistently held by the late Dr. Gordon H. Clark. Van Til was not a consistent presuppositionalist, as the interview with the guy in the video proved, actually. For example, the transcendental argument for the existence of God is just another version of the ontological argument for God's existence. So, basically, even if you could use that argument to prove that there is no higher being than God and therefore God exists, it's basically just asserting the consequent in the premise. If the streets are wet, it must be raining. If it's raining, the streets will be wet. The streets are wet, therefore it's raining. Well, the streets could be wet for a whole lot of different reasons. So if you're asserting that there's no higher being than God, you've already asserted that God exists in the premise. The other problem with the argument is, which God have you proved? Nobody seems to be able to answer that question. They all want to lay the groundwork using rationalism or rational arguments that go all the way back to Augustine and Anselm. They were the first to propose the ontological argument or the transcendental argument for God's existence. Dr. Gordon H. Clark challenged Van Til many times to prove his transcendental argument for God's existence, and Van Til never took him up on that. Okay. So, the other problem that I have with natural law is the fall of Adam produces the noetic effects of sin. And so irrational thinking comes from original sin. Every irrational argument that is produced